Good morning viewers, I am Gopal, Department of Commerce, HOD of Commerce, Vidhyalakshmi YouTube channel, welcome to all. Today we are going to discuss the second part of the LPG. We are already discussed the first one, liberalization. Today we are going to discuss the second one, privatization. What is mean by privatization? What are the advantages, disadvantages are there? What are the impact of privatizations are there? Today we are going to discuss. First, before that we will see what is mean by privatization. The government public sector, they hand over to the private sector, because compared to public sector, the private sector they are doing the work compared to public sector well. So, that point of view, nowadays all the government, the central government, most of the excluding 9 industries, other all industries they hand over to public sector to private sector. Now, we will see the meaning of privatization. So, privatization is the incidence or process of transferring ownership of your business enterprises, agency or public service. So, private service, so public service transferred to private service. Private, they are the ownership, the enterprises, the public service point of view. Then the private sector means under this policy many public sector units were sold to private sector. Many public sector, just now I told you, many public sector transferred to private sector. Then see the next. The reason for privatization. What is the reason? The privatization will be changed. The reason number 1. The main reason for privatization, the public sector units were running a loss due to the mismanagement and political interference. The first point very clearly given, the public sector units was running in loss, continuous losses going on because of mismanagement and political interference. Mismanagement, the management is not doing work in well. The same way the subordinate other coordinates, they are not cooperate with to the manager. So, how we will deal? This is called mismanagement. Then political interference means the political point of view, the minister level and the category level, the party level will be changed. The public sector process is not going on properly. That is the first reason. And second one, the managers could not work independently and the production capacity remained underutilized. So, the management, it is not individually working, and the production capacity remain underutilized. So, remain underutilized is process going on. And third one, to increase competition and efficiency. To increase competition. Nowadays, the competition world is going on in our economic development and the business and commerce point of view. So, competition and efficiency point of view, the public sector hand over session to private sector. Now, see the example. Recently, the private industries are as changed. The Bharat Aluminium Company Limited, Balco, Hindustan Zinc Limited, HZL, Indian Petroleum Chemicals Limited, IPCCL, then after Maruti Udyog Limited, MU, then Modern Food Industries Limited. So, recently these are all the public sector recently transferred, recently changed to private sector industries, because the reason of the mismanagement and political interference point of view. And one more thing, the manager should not individually do the work, he always depends upon the subordinate. In that two point of view, the changes will happen, the public sector change to private sector, right. Next, we will go for the forms of privatization. How we start the forms of privatization? First one, minimization of public sector. What is mean by minimization? The number of industries reserved for public sector from 17 to 8 industries. So, before the point of view, the 17 industries are there, public sector, now they are reduced 8. So, sale of share public sector to private. So, public sector nowadays transferred to private sector. Our Indian government started selling shares, the private sector unit to public and financial institution. Next one, memorandum of understanding. What is mean by memorandum of understanding? So, MOU system was introduced in 1991 to raise the productivity. The what reason the changes will happen? The public to private sector mean the main reason productivity and performance for the public sector unit transferred to private sector. Then third one, disinvestment in public sector units. Investment is not going on properly, it is going on disinvestment. The government has started the process of disinvestment, the sick industry. So many public sector comes to a sick industry level. They are not running properly, they are having so many drawbacks are there, so many problems are there, they are facing day to day. In that particular sick industry, started selling out these industries to private sector. So which are the sectors are going on dull? Which are the public sectors going on dull or sick? That type of industries change to private sector. This is the form of privatization. The next one, while you are change for the privatization, what are the advantages are there? What are the benefits are there? What are the merits are there? You will see the first one, increase in efficiency. What is mean by increase in efficiency? Due to the profit incentives, the private companies started operating efficiency. Private companies started operating efficiency. They are having the operating efficiency. The main aim always private sector earn more profit. To earn more profit, that is the main aim in our private sector motive. In that point of view, what will happen? The efficiency will be automatically increased. And second one, professional management. What is mean by professional management? Professionally. So the private sector, all the managing director, they are professionally qualified. They are doing the management in successful manner, enthusiastic and energetic way. They are also purchase of shares. Any compulsory minimum 5,000 rupees they purchase the share point of view. They also doing the work in successful manner. So private owners make the bold management. What are the decisions they want to take? They won't take long period. They will take very short period. Within few days, within a few weeks, they take the decision due to the strong foundation at international level, because they are dealing with the business international level. So that point of view, the professional management is going on good compared to public sector. And third point, increase in competition. What is mean by increase in competition? Nowadays in the economic world, everything going on competition. If you go to the market, you see same product, so many customers, so many sellers are there. So which place the price are less? The customer move to that place. They are purchasing the goods. Because they want to less amount, carry goods more. So in that point of view, the private sector, the competition, they are well balanced. So policy among the more firms to enter the industry, increase the competition. For the point of view, leads to the greatest suffer to improvements efficiency. So private sector, they are doing improvement for their efficiency, showing their efficiency. They are ready to face the competition. Based on competition also, they increase the more profit. That point of view. And fourth one, reduction in economic burden. So in our national income, per capita income also, it will comes reduction for our loss, for our expenditure point of view. The deficit point of view, it will goes down. Okay. So since the ownership, control and management, the management of many public sector units, are transferred. What they will do? Many public sector unit transferred to public sector to private. The main reason, the burden and responsibility of government comparatively reduced. That is the main reason. The government compared, the responsibility comes down. They also hand over to private sector, they are well free. They do their other work. At the same time, private sector concentrate more. In that public sector, they are producing more and more. And reduction in economic burden also to the government point of view, to the per capita income point of view. So the advantages are there in our privatization mean, first one, increase in efficiency point of view. Second one, professional management. And third one, increase in competition. And fourth one, reduction in economic burden. Then next, But just now we have discussed there are so many advantages, but here also some 3 disadvantages also there. What are the disadvantages? First one, lack of welfare. The private sector always they won't think about the welfare for the consumer, for the labor, for the employee's point of view, because he think about always earning profit. He won't think about the welfare point of view. So, majority of the private companies, the main motive is a profit. That is the main thing. So, we invest money 100, but you earn maximum 500 or 1000. That is their mind is going on, the private sector mind. So, that point of view, the majority of private companies, the whose main motive is private profit making, do not indulge to private interest. They won't show the public interest. They don't bother about the public. They earn money. How to earn money within the short period? How to earn more income? How to earn more revenue? In that point of view only they are thinking always. So, they won't give the free medical treatment to the employees, to the workers point of view. That is the first drawback, the lack of welfareness. They won't show the welfare concern to the employees, to the labor's point of view. And second one, political pressure. What is mean by political pressure? When a private companies fail to deliver, the public has no power to intervene, and government does not always have to time or expertise force them to keep their promises. The private sector always individually they are running the business. The public no power to intervene. So, you are doing is not good, you change it these activities, he is not having the rights, because it is not a public sector, it is a private sector. How he is ready to interference? It is not possible. The public also not interference to the private sector point of view. At the same time, they won't force them. The government also does not always have time. They are not having time. The government not having time. That point of view only they change the public sector to private sector. Then how they expect to force them to do these things? They ask the promises. You said the one promises, now you are doing it differently. They won't ask, because they are not having the time. So, in that point of view, the political pressure comes down point of view. And third one, ignore the weaker section. The private sector always think about the rich person. They won't think about the below poverty person. They don't bother. They earn money, production more and more. Wherever the demands are there, they transfer the goods, then sell the goods, then the profit. So, they always ignore the weaker section people. They won't think about the weaker section. The private section offer goes hand in hand with encouraging the richer people only to be more apt for the best quality, because the rich people is ready to buy the purchase for their goods, they are ready to pay the money. So, they expect the richer people only for the quality. So, private sector the more concentrate in the quality point of view. In that quality point of view, they do the quality service to earn more profit from the richer people. Sold the goods very immediately. The rich people also ready to pay and purchase the good. They won't ignore weaker section. They won't think about weaker. If you have money, you can buy it. You are not having money, wherever the duplicate products are there, you can buy it. It is your wish. This is my procedure. This is my dealing of business. He simply say to others. Because the public, nobody can write to ask to them, because it is a private sector. So, these are all the disadvantages are there in our privatization. So, what are the disadvantages mean? Lack of welfare, political pressure, ignore the weaker section. Now, we will see the impact of privatization. What are the impacts that will happen the private sector? First one, privatization has a positive impact on the financial growth by decreasing the deficit and debts. It is a main important key for private sector. The private sector always concentrate decreasing the national deficit point of view, and debts point of view also it will come reduced, because they sell always cash dealing. They won't think about the credit. They always think about cash dealing, they won't think about the credit. In that point of view, it is very positive impact for the financial growth in our national per capita income and individual per capita income also. In that point of view, the first impact. And second one, increase in the efficiency of the government undertaking. So, increase efficiency, the government undertaking. So, what are the government undertaking? The particular industry, particular company, particular factory included in that particular private sector, they are showing more profit, they are giving more importance, showing more efficiency for that particular sector, because the government also very happy, because the particular public sector it is very famous. The public sector publicity is already there. They are changing only for the management. In that point of view, they are showing the increase in efficiency of the government undertaking. Right. Now, in the third one, provide better goods and services to the consumer. Better services. So, they provide better goods. They are giving the quality of goods and do the services to the customer time to time. They will make door delivery also. In that point of view, the impact of privatization growth very well compared to public sector units. And last one, making the way of foreign direct investment. So, the private sector, they are showing the result in colorful way. What will happen? The foreigners, they are foreign management, the foreign industry, factory, company also, they directly invest in our privatization sector point of view. Okay. So, these are all the impact of privatization. So, my dear viewers, today we have discussed the topic privatization. What is mean by privatization? What are the reason we start for privatization? What are the forms of privatization? What are the advantages of privatization? What are the disadvantages of privatization? Finally, come to the concluded heading of impact of privatization. Okay. So, my dear viewers, today we are discussing this topic. Then next session we will see the third one of G, globalization. We will see the next session. Thank you very much. If you like the video, share the video and inform to others also. Thank you very much.